step into the shadows with 10 scary hidden horror gems you can stream right now. From pulse-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these chilling pics will crawl into your mind and stay there. Number 10. Held.
What if I told you there was a way to get that spark back?
Emma and Henry escape to a remote vacation rental in a last-ditch attempt to salvage their crumbling marriage. But the house has other plans. As the doors lock and a chilling voice takes control through the home's smart system, their romantic retreat spirals into a high-tech hostage situation. Trapped and monitored, the couple is forced to obey its cryptic commands, revealing painful secrets and deep fractures between them. Every attempt to escape tightens the grip of their invisible captor, and the house itself becomes a puppet master pulling strings they never knew existed. Held is a sleek and claustrophobic horror thriller that twists domestic dysfunction into a digital nightmare. Number 9. The Furies. Kayla wakes up in a coffin-like box in the middle of the Australian wilderness with no memory of how she got there. She's not alone. Several other women are scattered through the forest, all being hunted by towering masked killers. But this isn't random violence. There are rules. A grotesque game binds each woman to a killer, and death comes swiftly to those who fail to play along. As Kayla struggles to survive, she uncovers the blood-soaked structure of the nightmare around her and the brutal connection between captor and prey. The Furies is a savage blend of survival horror and slasher carnage, soaked in gore and dread. Number 8. Open 24 hours.
Then watch you die.
You're not real.
Fresh out of prison and haunted by her past, Mary takes the graveyard shift at a desolate gas station to start over. But the quiet night turns sinister as hallucinations of her ex-boyfriend, a notorious serial killer, claw their way back into her mind. The rain never stops, the phone won't quit ringing, and something or someone is stalking the shadows beyond the pumps. As her grip on reality slips, Mary must confront the horrors of both her memories and the present. It becomes unclear whether the threat is imagined or if her past has finally come to collect. Open 24 Hours traps viewers in a storm-drenched, neon-lit purgatory of paranoia and blood. It's a sleepless descent into madness where even the flicker of fluorescent lights feels like a warning. Number 7. Glorious.
Stall that's glory hole adjacent.
I am he. I am that God.
Wes is reeling from a brutal breakup when he finds himself stranded at a lonely highway rest stop. Desperate and disoriented, he stumbles into a restroom only to be sealed inside a stall by a voice coming through the adjacent cubicle. The unseen occupant reveals itself as a demigod named Gata no Thoa, weaving cosmic lore, judgment, and visions of Wes's past into a horrifying dialogue. As the exchange deepens, Wes is forced to confront his own sins and the truth of his identity under the entity's merciless scrutiny. Directed by Rebecca McKendry, Glorious is an audacious chamber horror that fuses Lovecraftian mythology with psychological torment. It draws terror from the unseen and the unknown, turning a restroom into a portal for existential tension. Number 6. Bound to Vengeance.
Tell me where they are.
Why would I do that?
Because if you don't, I'll kill you.
Eve wakes up shackled in a filthy basement, the prisoner of a man who's done this before. But she escapes, and instead of running, she forces him to guide her to the others he's hidden. Each stop reveals another locked door, another girl, and a deeper layer of his monstrous crimes. But the road to justice is steeped in blood, and Eve quickly learns that not every cage has a key. With each rescue, her grip on morality slips further and vengeance takes a darker shape. The film is a relentless survival horror that flips the captivity trope on its head. It charges forward with raw urgency and refuses to look away, dragging you into the horror of what happens after the escape. Before we move to number 5, I want to ask you something. I recently started a new channel called VHSscreams. It's where I tell true, terrifying stories mixed with chilling fiction, all in first person. So you feel like you're living the nightmare yourself. Each story pulls you deeper. The sounds, the fear, the moments that stay with you long after it's over. It would honestly mean the world if you checked it out. The link's in the description and at the end of this video. Only if you'd like to, no pressure. Just if you want to step a little further into the dark with me. Number 5, Bad Milo.
This creature comes out and attacks that someone.
This is the furthest thing from a...
Duncan's life is unraveling. A demanding boss, a nagging mother, and mounting anxiety leave him plagued by debilitating stomach pain. When a mysterious polyp inside him transforms into a grotesque little demon, it emerges to exact violent retribution on those who push him over the edge. As bodies pile up, Duncan must confront the fact that this creature is not just an external monster, but a manifestation of his repressed rage and stress. He struggles to negotiate a fragile bond with the creature he names Milo, attempting to wield control rather than become its victim. Directed by Jacob Vaughn, Bad Milo is a darkly comedic bodily horror ride that mixes absurdity with terror, forcing the question of where one's inner monster truly begins. Number 4, The Nest. Samuel, a wheelchair-bound boy, lives under the suffocating care of his overprotective mother in a decaying Italian mansion sealed off from the outside world. When a mysterious girl named Denise is taken in, her presence disrupts the twisted balance of their isolated lives. As the children grow close, cracks begin to form in the walls, both literal and psychological, exposing a web of lies, control, and unspeakable intentions. Samuel begins to question everything he's been told, while Elena tightens her grip with terrifying intensity. What lurks beneath their home is not just secrets, but a plan shaped by obsession. The Nest feeds on themes of isolation, manipulation, and maternal possession, nesting terror within the very walls meant to protect. Number 3, The Returned.
Stole from the lab this week.
What?
There's 7 dead returned at St. John's Hospital and 12 at Central.
In a bleak alternate reality, the zombie outbreak has been contained, but only barely. The infected, now called the Returned, live among the healthy, relying on daily injections to stave off their transformation into flesh-hungry monsters. When supplies begin to run dry, fear spreads faster than the virus itself, and those once tolerated become hunted. For Kate, a doctor, and her infected husband Alex, survival means navigating a society on the brink of collapse while hiding the truth of his condition. Trust decays, and the line between ally and enemy begins to blur. The Returned replaces jump scares with dread, crafting a world where horror isn't just the infection. It's what people become when the cure runs out. Number 2, Fragile. Amy Nichols arrives at an aging children's hospital on the Isle of Wight to take over the night shift as it readies for closure. The hospital's wards are nearly deserted, but the few remaining children are plagued by inexplicable injuries and terrified whispers of a mechanical girl roaming the abandoned floor above. Amy befriends one such child, Maggie, whose haunted stories drive her deeper into the hospital's hidden history. As corridors twist into labyrinths and past sins echo through broken walls, Amy uncovers the tragic bond between loss and obsession. Fragile weaves gothic atmospherics and spectral dread into a ghost story that sees the hospital itself as a living relic of sorrow and vengeance. Number 1, some like it rare.
Avec ça, je trouve des sangliers à plus de 30 mètres. Je peux dire que c'est autrement plus costaud qu'un vegan.
Dead!
Vincent and Sophie run a failing butcher shop, locked in a stagnant marriage and desperate to stay afloat. When Vincent accidentally kills a vegan activist, panic leads him to butcher the corpse, only for that meat to be accidentally sold and hailed as extraordinary. Suddenly their shop thrives and they become ensnared in a grotesque cycle of slaughtering activists to satisfy demand. Secrets and moral decay shatter their relationship as Sophie grows increasingly complicit, manipulating Vincent to commit ever more horrific acts to save both their business and their marriage. The film is a savage, darkly comedic horror that blends satire and gore to ask how far we'll go when survival demands the unthinkable. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Christy.
They found the 21-year-old's body on...
Alone on a deserted college campus over Thanksgiving, a young woman becomes the prey of a cult targeting women they label as Christy. The hunt is relentless, but so is her will to survive. With every turn, the predator becomes the hunted in a silent, blood-soaked night. Absentia.
They declared Walter dead in 2002. I ran into him just last week.
You see me?
Left behind a son who says his dad was taken away by a monster.
A grieving woman tries to move on after declaring her missing husband dead, but an ominous tunnel nearby holds disturbing answers. As her sister uncovers its otherworldly secrets, a hidden force awakens. The past never left. It just waited in the dark, the last winter.
I'm telling you, there's something out there that's trying to drive us out of here.
You see it?
I need evidence.
There's a corpse.
In a remote Arctic outpost, oil workers start dying mysteriously as the tundra thaws and nature unleashes something ancient. As paranoia mounts and the environment decays, their isolation becomes a death sentence. Something old and vengeful stirs beneath the ice. Willow Creek. A couple searching for Bigfoot evidence in the Pacific Northwest stumbles into something far more disturbing. Their playful adventure turns into a tense descent into terror as they realize they are not alone. The silence of the woods hides something primal, patient, and cruel.